The market had another underwhelming performance this week. I'm Tony with Clarkson Santoro, and this is our real estate update for the week of Friday, July 11th. We know that selling or buying a home can be very stressful and confusing. That's why we do these weekly videos, so you can know how the market is impacting your options as a home seller or buyer. This week, there were 75 homes active on the market, a few more than we had last week, with about the same asking price on average. $1,956,000 this week, down slightly from $1,964,000 last week. 9 homes went pending, better than the last week's 5 homes, and the average asking price on those pending homes is much better at $1,861,000, up from $1,709,000 last week. And 8 homes closed this week, one better than last week. However, the closing price is significantly lower than last week. The average closing price was $1,713,000, down from $2,148,000 last week. So now that we know how the market performed this past week, we can look at the broader trends and indicators that help us determine where the market might be heading. Before we look at those, if you find this information helpful, why don't you hit the subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on future updates. And while you're at it, share it with a friend. Everyone deserves to be in the know about their local real estate market. Okay, let's look at those trends. Starting with inventory, which has remained in the low to mid 70s for several months now. This week brings no change in that statistic. However, there are more homes listed as coming soon, and the pending sales did slow down over the past couple of weeks. That could indicate that we will start seeing inventory start to climb soon. As I just mentioned, pending sales are down the past couple of weeks, so the turnover rate has fallen from its already anemic 50% range down a little bit to nearly 30% of normal. It's normal for this time of year for the market to slow down, but we're starting to slow down from an already very slow market, so it's really sluggish right now. In line with the other trends, the over-under numbers continue to drop as well, although they did have a little bit of a rebound this week, with homes now closing an average of 1.5% below their asking price, or $18,000. And that 1.5% can be a bit deceiving, as several of the homes that have sold had already reduced price, meaning they are closing even lower than their original asking price. Another deceptive stat is the drop in the average sales price. Actually, it didn't drop as much as I previously thought. I was looking 2 weeks back. But anyway, you might see the average price dropping $400,000 from a few weeks ago and think, oh man, home values are really starting to drop. They're really starting to come down. But what it really shows is that not a lot of higher priced homes are selling. Home values are slipping a little, but not as dramatically as the average closing price would seem to indicate. The QQQ fund didn't change much this week, closing about 1% higher than last week. With the rest of the indicators moving down, it's nice to see the QQQ fund holding steady. The strength in the stock market, and especially the tech equities, help maintain a solid base for a majority of our buyers to work from. Interest rates jumped a little again this week. They moved 5 basis points, which isn't a significant increase, but it continues to underline the current disagreement between the Fed chair and the White House about our current economy. Obviously, President Trump keeps pressuring the Fed to lower national interest rates, which could impact mortgages, but for now, they're going to stay up in this high 6% range for the time being. As long as the interest rates stay up, we will continue to see this sluggish market, I'm pretty sure. The market continued its months-long trend of being underwhelming. Aside from the tech equities, all the indicators made minor movements towards an even softer market than we've been seeing already. This is the time of year that we usually see things slow down, so that's not all that surprising. We will see if maybe there's a little bit of change with a little bit of the economic forecast looking a little bit better, if that will change the way buyers are looking at houses in the coming weeks. Thank you for joining me on this weekly update. I hope it helps you understand how our market is impacting your options. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you can stay informed on how the market continues to shape up as we end out summer. And if you have any questions about how you can navigate this stressful and confusing process of selling or buying a home, leave a comment down below or reach out to us directly. We're here to help guide you every step of the way. Have a safe weekend, and I'll see you next week with a new update.